Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable with yourself and relax your body. So once we get connected with our other students, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable with yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in this ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to give some basic information for yourself to develop a very clear spiritual foundation with practicing meditation. So when it comes to meditation, you have to be very clear with the techniques that you practice. And at the same time, the very first step you have to take, look into yourself and see why you need to practice meditation. Sometimes you have a personal reason, or maybe you can practice without any reason. Because as we know now, most of people know practicing meditation give us many benefits for our conventional life. And maybe we don't have any spiritual background, or maybe we don't have any spiritual idea about it. But we know it is something good, so we want to do that. So that also very good point that you entering to this path, even you don't know what this is. But still, then you have to remember how to practice. Because just you like something and you try to do something the way you want, maybe not going to take you to to good result. So then if you do, out of your own practice, if you don't get good results, so by the time, because this work with the mind. So once it becomes a habit, sometimes it is very difficult to withdraw from it. So that's why it is important to know about this and a little bit look at the background and see the techniques and listen to things and compare things and yourself learn a little bit. Somehow, when it comes to our ordinary life, our human life is kind of like a avocado. What does that mean? So avocado, it's the outside layer, it is a little bit rough. But then when you cut it, there is a part that very sweet, healthy. So, and the middle, the very seed. Most of the time, people look at the outside and they look and they kind of like a compare and they judge it and then they cut it. So whatever the good things, they take it. The most of time the seed. When it comes to avocado, it make avocado from that seed. That is the very core of the avocado. That seed has the power to produce more and more and more, like thousands avocado. So there is a possibility that seed has the ability to give avocados to entire world. But most of time, sometimes when people touch it, it slips through their fingers and go away. Most of people don't plant it, don't put it to the ground. They throw it away. So, but there are some people, they take it and once they eat, it is sweet. They take the seed and then little bit open it and put it to the ground and allow it to grow. Like most of elders used to do that things, whatever they eat, if it is so sweet, they used to plant things. But nowadays, a lot of children don't know about that. And even they have no idea the seeds can give the plants. Because there are a lot of people, there are a lot of children, sometimes when we talk with them, sometimes they think, they have no idea how these fruits come. They think it's come from supermarket. Because that is what they saw. They never saw a tree giving fruit sometimes. There are some part in the world, not every place. But that is how we see. But the seed is the most important part, the very core. So then when it comes to our life, even within ourselves, and maybe we look this outside layer, because why people look us and people judge through this our skin, and we have to maintain it in a certain way, nothing wrong with it. So that's why maybe you to wear a lot of nice garments and do many kind of skin treatments. It's very important, of course. And sometimes our actions in day-to-day life, when we engage with others, maybe we try to be nice and we try to, maintain its things in a good way to make other people good. And then people may become happy about it. But they don't see the very core of you. So it's kind of like a lot of people neglect the very seed of the fruits. So then yourself, you have to remember that as a human being, the core value that you hold is not your appearance, not your behavior that you maintain in front of others. There is something invisibly deeper inside. So it doesn't matter how much the makeup that you put. There are some people can see the very core character of inside you. It doesn't matter whatever the skin color. There are some people, they can see the core strength and the core values, the very real character of the person. So then ourselves, rather than show off our life, and rather than depending on other opinions, or rather than try to get other opinions, it is your own responsibility to develop these core values, make it strengthen, make it more stronger, because that is where you can survive. End of the day, that is where you're going to produce your next moment. So the introspection means that looking into yourself and taking actions yourself invisibly. It's not going to see from others sometimes. No one can see that. But invisibly yourself, it is your own responsibility to build up these core values. Because in the very next time, once you have it, in the very next time, that wherever you go as a person, yourself, naturally, that your appearance itself going to become more better, and your actions going to become more better. It's nothing wrong that you try to be good, but when you become that you are the itself goodness, there's nothing to be good. Your blueprint become the wisdom and the goodness. There's nothing to be good. Why? Because all the bodily, verbally, mentally action come out of you itself become good. So that's why that practice is very necessary. Because that is where that you can be happy. And that is where you can find contentment. Because we all look for happiness and satisfaction, but it is not easy. When we depend on others, it's not easy for us. So then when it comes to ordinary life, our day-to-day life, with this physical world, with these muscles, how you can develop some kind of wisdom. So when it comes to that, the very first action you have to take, the entering to the wisdom path, the very first action you have to take, be kind. No matter what, be kind. For yourself, for others. Don't look for reasons. So it is your choice. It is your conscious decision, not what other people do. So your kindness not depend on others actions, others' reactions. So you are the one who taking action to be kind. Keep it as your foundation. So that is one path that you can develop the wisdom. So when it comes to that, because there is no wisdom without kindness. And there can be a kindness without wisdom, but that's going to become dangerous. But our purpose is develop the wisdom. So then the very bottom layer, because we can practice it, we can develop it, we can harness, we can cultivate our life with kindness. So we do go towards the wisdom, not towards the rewards. So then the very first step you have to take, keep this openness. So these are so remember, our purpose is reach to our pinnacle, the highest point is the wisdom. So for that we put the layer, the foundation, be kind, kindness. So now you have to take some other steps to go into that. So the very first step you take in day-to-day life. So you practice this with your physical body, with your muscles, with your bloods. So first one, you be open. So openness. So the openness doesn't mean you ready to do anything. So the openness means you become open yourself. You investigate yourself. You realize yourself rather than closing yourself, rather than without allowing to touch your mind or your heart, your brain, yourself. You open yourself and you investigate yourself. You look into deeper yourself. You discover. So discover means this. So you take out the cover. So what is the cover that we have? Inside us, our egocentric mind, self-centered mind, I am, this is the way I think, this is the way I know, this is the way I like. So we always covered our heart, our mind, our brain, our consciousness, our being from our own point of view. So the openness means you discover, you that slowly that take the cover, and then you find the very true nature of you. So see, this is a practice with insight. This openness, sometimes we think, oh, openness, we go towards outside. No. Openness here, you ready to realize yourself. Because that is what most of the time we don't do. We don't look into ourselves. We always look into outside. No, there are a lot of things. You can look into yourself and recognize who I am. Why I feel like this way. Why I do this like that way. Why I say this like that. And end of the day, and after you do something, you can look into yourself and see how you did it and why you did it. So that way you will see deeply from where this all comes. So that will open you more and more and more. And so as a result of that, what happens? When you open yourself, you start to see this life not happen just because only from your point of view, and you hold it to your point of view, maybe the other people help around us to have this life. All these beautiful moments you experience in your life, not because your own point of view. And sometimes deeper in our heart, we hold it to the greed, hatred, and the delusion, and so much ignorance in us. But still we experience this beautiful life sometimes because of other people around us. They have so much sacrifice, and they have so much love, and they have so much respect, and they have so much empathy. But sometimes we don't see it. We think, oh, this is me. This is my life. I do whatever I want. But when you open yourself, when you go into deeper yourself, and when you discover, when you realize yourself, what will happen? You recognize sometimes deeper inside you are kind of like a very dumb, idiot, and do very silly things, very ignorant, very greedy. So kind of like that, people who we are deeply. So once you recognize that, that's very important, because otherwise you are the one who protect this ignorance inside, believing that is the wisdom. Oh, I know everything. So kind of like that. Oh, I can do this, but you don't know anything. And so this ignorance we keep repeating again and again and again and again. There are so much things we don't know about us. That's why that what we know about us is not us. And there are a lot of people, if they talk about us, and they will tell, and maybe you never believe that somebody tell about something like that regarding your own life. You never believe. But that's how, because when it comes from outside world. So then remember yourself. There are reasons that you hold with this core value. So go into that and start to be open yourself and start to investigate, realize. So by the time it transforms yourself, you become a more humble person. Rather than becoming very aggressive person, you become more humble person. And you bring your knee down. And it helps you to bring your head down. So that itself become part of kindness. Because what we see, when things become okay, when things go well, we never want to respect anybody. We think we are the, everything is kind of like that. When everything destroy, when everything go, then everything fail, we try to head down, we try to kneel down and pray. No. But if you have the very core value that you carry within yourself, then your whole life is kind of like a prayer. Then you no need to pray. Why you pray? For the God or for the Buddha or for anybody, why you pray? Because you're disconnected. That's why you pray. Otherwise, if you are the child from the God, if you are the creator of the God, and if you behave like that, you no need to pray. You just live. But most of the time, us, when things go wrong, we're ready to pray. Why? Because we know we did something wrong. So that's why getting to core values yourself make your life itself very easy. Even things go wrong, you know where are you heading, what will happen end of this all. So that's why the very best gift that you can give to yourself and be open yourself and realize yourself and discover yourself and recognizing who I am. So take some time and do it. And the second step to be kind. So those are the very building blocks to be kind. Otherwise, we can be nice to people, but sometimes we are not kind. So the kindness is more deeper than nice, becoming nice. Nice is kind of like a icing on a cake. But the kindness is not like that. Kindness is kind of like the cake itself. So that's why. And the next step to get into that renunciation, what you have to renunciate? There are a lot of unnecessary little habits that we carry within us that we no need. So you can take it out. And even though that it look like you need it, but if you look very carefully, you don't need that. So renunciation means you get out of your own habits. So how you can do that? So most of the time, what the mistake we do, we recognize sometimes whatever the things that we have to get out, whatever the things we think, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore. So then we resist it. So resistance never allow you to, in the very, as a first step, don't resist anything that whatever you do. Just resisting yourself, you can't get out of it. The very next day, or maybe after next week, it bounce back and become more stronger. And sometimes, as example, fasting, and some people say, oh, I'm not going to eat this, that, and you stay few days, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 1 week, you feel so good. And then the very next step, bounce back, you eat everything morning to night, eating. After 1 month, you gain weight more than the previous month. Everything same. So resistance doesn't work. So then how? The very first step, you recognize, you go into it. Let it be there. You go into it and you deeply be mindful about it and you see what this is. How you enjoy this. And how this cravingness come to you. You observe. So sometimes just by hearing, you think, oh, it's not going to work like that. That's why you don't practice it like that. So there is a technique. It's like in meditation, say, whatever difficult, don't give up. Be there and observe. Let it be. Even the fear arise, let it be. And then don't get panic. Don't withdraw. Don't get out of the practice. Don't change the technique. Stay there. Be calm, relax, observe. Go into the fear and see what this is. And then you will see what it is. Once you see it, anymore the very next day, it's not going to make you afraid. But what happened to us? Even in day-to-day life, even for our own shadow, if we get afraid, we jump out of it. We get shake, we go blind, and we can't see what it is. And because of that, even just by thinking about it, we get afraid. But sometimes we afraid for nothing. So the habits are the same. And so whatever the unnecessary, unprofitable things, actions that we keep doing as habit, so go into it and start to look what this is and how you feel it, from where it comes, and how long it's there, and after that, what you feel. So in that way, by the time you will become very clear about that habit, and you will see there are a lot of things that you never saw. And then it helps you to understand about it. And that understanding, the wisdom itself will protect you from it. Then when the very next time you say, it is not worth. You say it is not something that good for you. So that will transform you. And that way you get out of it slowly. Otherwise, we can't get out of life, because this is our life. We became that way. It is inside us. How we can get out of our inside? This all the muscles, the bloods, the bones, this everything came out of this way of life. So then you can't just thinking, you can't get out of from something. So that's why deeply you have to go into the very core level and see what it is. And then you will see slowly. And the third one, the quality of non-harming. So non-harming is one thing it is towards you. And at the same time, there are times come. Now you are a person, you don't get hurt yourself, and then you are not going to hurt others. So when it comes to this life, we always want to be happy, 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 happy. But that happiness, there is a formula. That when you want to be happy, it's just not going to, of course, in this outside world, there are some kind of happiness. So, but still, so you have to remember, to be happy, you have to have one barrel of love regarding anything. One barrel of love. And if you have, and then the next one is ocean of patience. And out of one barrel of love and mixing it with ocean of patience, you can get cup of happiness. So remember that, okay? So if you want, if you look for happiness, nothing wrong with that. You find it, but you have to have that. So quality of non-harming is kind of like a developing patience yourself. Not to be hurry. So not to jump very quickly. Be patient yourself. So that's why practicing sitting, every day, practice little bit yourself, bringing your mind and developing one pointness, and even your mind want to do many things, but still you recognize this is your mind, nothing else. And everything happens inside this mind, not outside. So you calm down. Sometimes body feel the pain, and the mind says, this is enough. I'm done with this meditation, but you Be patient and settle down, settle down. And when you want to observe the inhalation, exhalation, mind start to go here and there, but you become so patient and you start to settle down with it again and again and again. So you have to practice it with yourself. And maybe flies come or the mosquitoes come and start to play some music. Well, you have to a little bit calm down, little be. And maybe some noise come and some irritations happen. You have to be patient. Let it be. These all parts of the world. It is just not only you, and nothing going to happen the way you want. Once you want something, everything start to happen against it. But still, without getting disturbed out of that, you stay with your focus. That is where you gain the patience. And once you practice it with yourself, you can be patient with others. Because now you know, the deeper your core, you strengthen yourself. And that is where naturally you become kind to others. And naturally that is where you can be open to others. And that is where naturally you can renunciate that others' mistakes rather than contemplate on it. And that is where you can be kind. So take that to steps. And little by little, remember, practice it, practice it. This is not a method that you have to remember. This is not a way that sometimes people are driving and eating. Instant gratification. You just want to do something and do that. But this is not kind of like that. It takes time. It takes time because we have a long history. But still, it's worth for you. And once you start this journey, that once you open that path, and little by little, these baby steps will take you to the higher level. So then start with these muscles, start with this blood, start and with this day-to-day very raw level of life. Be organic with practice. Don't mesmerize. Be a real, natural, authentic person. But still willing yourself to transform and take action to be kind. So with that, let's get into to practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. As I mentioned, If any irritation happens, any disturb come, don't go with it. Just let it be. Keep focus and be patient. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. Your backside. Your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chami sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.